Hello students, so let's start with General Studies Practice questions part 4. So the first question is, which articles deals with freedom of religion? So in our fundamental rights, the freedom of religion is from Article 25 to Article 28. And this freedom of religion also includes the freedom of conscience. That means if we like, we can shift our religion from one to another, and it is available even to the foreign nationals who are residing in Indian territory. That means freedom of religion is applicable even to foreign nationals residing in Indian territory. Is it clear? Now the second question is, which articles in the constitution provides equality of status? So in our constitution, two articles provide equality of status. One is Article 17, which is abolition of untouchability, and the other is Article 18, which is abolition of titles. So, by abolishing untouchability and by abolishing titles, equality of status is maintained. So, every citizen are only the citizens of India. So, they are not treated low or they are not treated higher. Everybody are equal and are equal before law, and the equality of status is provided under Article 17 and Article 18. And so here the equality of status implies that all citizens have same status in certain respects, including the civil rights, freedom of speech and expression, and property rights. So equality of status can be measured in these things. So now the third question, which articles deals with the quality of opportunity? I'm sorry, it is equality of opportunity. So here two articles deals with equality of opportunity. One is Article 15, which provides reservation in educational institutions. So by this Article 15, if they provide reservation, even the rural areas and the socially weak sections can be encouraged, and they can be given equal opportunity. And Article 16, it provides public employment. So by these both articles, equality of opportunity is provided under fundamental rights. Now the fourth question is, which article provides equality before law and equal protection of law? So it is Article 14, which is equality before law. Now the fifth question is, which article of Directive Principles of State Policy provides right to work, right to education, and right to public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement? It is Article 14, and it has been implemented slowly. You can see here public assistance in cases of unemployment. So I'm sorry, we have MGNREGA scheme, okay, Manrega scheme, which provides which is under right to employment, and old age pensions can be seen. So sickness, we can see Pradhana Mantri Arogya Bima Yojana and all those things. So these are provided under some schemes. So overall, under Article 41 of Directive Principles of State Policy, right to work, right to education, and right to public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, and sickness and disablement is addressed. Sixth question, which article of Directive Principle of State Policy explicitly calls for the separation of judiciary and executive? And it is Article 50, which explicitly calls for the separation of judiciary and executive, and it has been implemented under Criminal Procedure Code 1973. So here there was a separation of judiciary and executive powers in the public services of the state, like the collectors, tahsildars, etc. The judicial powers have been taken away from those. Okay, so for the collectors, tahsildars, under this Criminal Procedure Code of 1973, that is the judiciary powers have been separated, has been taken away from them, okay, under this. So it is Article 50. Now, the seventh question is, which article of Directive Principle of State Policy calls for the modernization of agriculture and animal husbandry? It is Article 48. Eighth question, which article of Directive Principle of State Policy aims to provide living wages and work opportunities? So here it is Article 43. So this Article 43 aims to provide living wages and work opportunities. And here Article 41 actually provides right to work, while Article 43 aims for living wages and work opportunities. Okay, there's a close difference between close link between Article 41 and 43. Okay, while Article 41 gives right to work and Article 43 provides living wages and work opportunities. Now, the ninth question is, under which Constitutional Amendment Act Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities was appointed? So here, in the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act, actually, Article 350B article was added, and this article specifically provides special officer for linguistic minorities, and this special officer will be appointed by the president. And the second point is, the duty of this special officer is to investigate all matters related to safeguard which are provided for linguistic minorities under the constitution. Okay, so here under which Constitutional Amendment Act? So under 7th Constitutional Amendment Act, Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities was been appointed. And who appoints a Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities? It is President. So 7th Constitutional Amendment Act took place in the year 1956. Now the 10th question is, does the 6 fundamental rights suspended on the grounds of armed rebellion? So do you think all the 6 fundamental rights are suspended under the armed rebellion, which is one of the cause of emergency? So here, actually all these 6 fundamental rights will be suspended under national emergency, but not on the grounds of armed rebellion. Okay, so here, before it was like it will be suspended, but after the introduction of 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, this act actually changed the scope of Article 358. So under Article 358, the 6 fundamental rights can only be suspended on the grounds of national emergency, but not on the grounds of armed rebellion. Okay, and one point to remember is Article 20 and 21 will not be taken away even after the even after the introduction of national emergency. So now the 11th question is, which 2 articles can be enforced even during the emergency? So I've discussed just now. So even during the emergency, Article 20, which is right to protection in respects to protection of offense, and Article 21, which is right to life and personal liberty. Both these articles can be enforced even during the emergency. Now the 12th question is, do the president have the power to suspend the right to move to the court for the enforcement of fundamental rights during national emergency? So before the 44th Amendment Act, the president would have the power to suspend all the fundamental rights, but after the introduction of 44th Amendment Act, these powers were suspended. Okay, these powers the president don't have. So yes, under Article 359, but doesn't have the power to suspend Article 20 and 21 as per 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Is it clear, guys? So I'm sorry. So president have the power to suspend the right to move to the court for the enforcement of fundamental rights during national emergency, but there is one ground. So Article 20 and 21 can't be suspended even by the president. So the 13th question is, does fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy act as the limitation to the government? Okay, so we know directive principles of state policy are yet to introduce. These are still not introduced in our constitution. So, still are not introduced in India. So only fundamental rights at present provide or act as a limitation to the government. Why? Directive principles are not enforceable, are not enforced till now. Sorry. 14th question, which case clearly stated that the basic structure of constitution cannot be violated through amendments? So it is Keshavananda Bharati case 1973. By this case only we can tell constitution is flexible as well as rigid. So we can do number of amendments. Our constitution is very flexible, and as well as it at the same time it is rigid. Why? Because the basic structure of constitution, happen what may, can't be violated or can't be violated through the amendments. So this is 14th about the Keshwan and the Bharati case. And coming to the 15th question, do the Indian constitution provide single citizenship or double citizenship to the people of India? So yes, our country is a federal country. So we have both governments, the state government and the central government, but overall we have only single citizenship. So in USA we have double citizenship, but here only single citizenship. Now the 16th question, is naturalized citizen eligible to contest in president elections in India? Yes, even the naturalized citizen. Now what is a naturalized citizen? So naturalized citizen is a person who legally becomes Indian citizen. So this is about the president election. So even a naturalized citizen can be eligible for president elections in India. It is not in the case of USA again. So in USA only the citizen of USA is eligible to become a president of USA. Now 17th question, does the president's rule revoked by parliament or by the president? So here the president rule can be revoked by the president without the consent of parliament approval. Okay, if the president wishes to remove the president's rule in one state or any part of India, he can remove without considering parliament's approval. Now 18th question, can the president's rule be extended even after 1 year? The answer is yes, but it has two conditions. One condition is if the emergency is operational in whole India or any part of India. And the second condition is if even the election commission certifies that general elections in that particular area where president's rule is enforceable can't be held due to difficult situations. So if election commission also certifies that in that area elections can't be held, so in those both cases the president rule can be extended greater than 1 year. Now 19th question, the preventive detention and punitive detention are present under which article of the constitution? So these both are present under article 22. Here we have to know the difference between this preventive detention and punitive detention. So punitive detention is punishing a person after a trial and conviction by the court. And the preventive detention, the name itself says, detention of a person to prevent him from committing any offense in the near future, or and the main important point of preventive detention is its intention is not to punish but to prevent the future offenses. Now the 20th question, consider the following statements. First one, to promote equal justice and free legal aid. Second is to raise level of nutrition and standard of living and to improve public health of the people. So does these both are under are a part of Gandhian principles of socialistic principles? So these are a part of socialistic principles, while the Gandhian principles tells on self governance, village panchayats and all. So promoting equal justice and free legal aid, and raising the level of nutrition and standard of living, and to improve public health of the people are the socialistic principles. So that's all for today's practice questions. So let's meet on the next practice session. So all the best. If you like it, subscribe it. Thank you for watching.